So if you saw my previous video, or perhaps I will post this one first, you might notice that I have the same outfit and everything, and I'm just filming two videos at the same time. I'm probably gonna do that more frequently now that I'm trying to post more here. But in this video, I kind of wanted to expand on something that I already talked about on this channel a very long time ago. Well, not very long time ago, but a few years ago. When I was still uh, on the beginning of the journey of my British private school, high school, and how much I hated it. And I made this video about how you don't need school, basically. And to be completely honest, like, what, 3 years passed, 4 years passed? I'm not sure when I posted that video, but I still have the same opinion. So you'd think that after those years, I would completely change my mind and be like, oh my god, education really helped me and education is important. No, I did not change my mind at all. And right now I'm doing university. And I didn't really want to go to university, but I saw it as an only option that I have because in the modern world with capitalism and everything like that, there is just, well, if you don't have a university degree and you aren't famous, well, good luck working at McDonald's, I guess. I saw studying at university as the only option, and I chose a course that I felt like would fit me the most. And it kind of is, at least I think so, but even the course that fits me the most is still horrible, not enjoyable at all. I feel like I'm just wasting all of my time here, and I'm just getting old and doing nothing with my life. That's how it feels. That is exactly how studying at university feels to me. I know that perhaps there are some people who are actually very excited about studying and they actually love it. I was never one of those people. Studying is very hard for me. I have a few issues like ADHD, and for me, like when I study, I can't really focus on one thing. It's very hard for me. So doing assignments and all that, it is very hard. I get distracted so easily. I can't focus on one thing, so I still have to like listen to music and do something and do something. I do breaks like every basically 5 minutes. Every time I do a small task, I do a break because that's the only thing that works for me. Otherwise, I'm just dead. Um, I need to have some like physical activity between all of those little tasks that I have to think about, but it kind of works for me. Obviously, it's not ideal. The biggest problem with education system is that it is made for one type of person. I'm not really sure what kind of person that is, to be completely honest, because, well, everyone is different and everyone is unique. Yet, education system is the same for everyone. Like, how does that make any fucking sense? Like, I just don't get it. Everyone is different, everyone is unique, yet everyone does absolutely the same education. Like, how does that make any sense? But of course, it does make sense when you think about how education was even made. Well, the first schools, what were they made for and when? They were made during the Industrial Revolution and they were made to make workers that don't question anything at all, don't question authority, work like robots, are very cheap to hire. So basically, it's just very cheap labor by the robots that were trained to do one job the same way. It's like an automated process. And school systems didn't really change, even though Industrial Revolution was over 100 years ago. And that's just sad that the whole thing is just to make little drones that don't question authority. Like, and the thing is, if you look at it, it's funny because most rich people and celebrities, well, look at their children. For example, Billie Eilish herself. They go through homeschooling. So basically, they they are taught with whatever the teachers. They are taught by higher teachers or whatever, and it's not a normal school curriculum. They are more free, and those people end up being more creative, more free, more stable. monetary and more stable money wise, and yeah, it's just a better life. But of course, a billionaire wouldn't send their child to a school that teaches them how to be in debt and how to be poor. Like, of course, it makes sense. And I think that homeschooling is honestly the best. I think that if someone really wants to study something, if they have passion for something, they will find a way. We have internet, we have everything is available at our fingertips. I think, I'm not really sure what people are afraid of if there were no schools. Do you think that children will just play video games for 12 years instead of school? No. You can play video games for months. You'll get tired of them at some point. Like, it can be even a year at some point. In some cases, it might even be a year, maybe. But at some point, the children will get very tired of video games or whatever distraction they have. They will start to try to self develop. So, they will try to spend time doing their interests and hobbies and learning new things that they actually care about, things that they weren't forced to do by schools and teachers, and things that they have no idea why they would even need them, because they wouldn't, because they will never use them again after school. It's just useless information that they put into their head for absolutely no reason, just so that they don't question authority in the future, basically. And that's kind of fucked up if you think about it. I don't think that if schools weren't real, people would just be vegetables and wouldn't do anything. Honestly, I don't think that's the case. Maybe there will be a few, but those people are gonna be like that even after school systems fail them. So, just saying. So about my experience, I have been I have been to a few schools. Um, I had a phase where in middle school I skipped like half a year of school. Uh, but I never really liked school, so makes sense. I'm I'm happy to say that my parents didn't really mind. They didn't really say that much. I mean, that might sound like it's a bad thing, but whatever. Then I went to a private British school that was absolutely horrible. I I was like, no, I'm not doing this anymore, so I dropped out of that, and I kind of finished studying by myself and doing the exams by myself, like AS and A levels. Well, after that, I contemplated what I can do with my life. It was the COVID times and everything was horrible. I couldn't really do anything. I couldn't find work because of COVID, and I was living in Cyprus, which relies on tourists. So instead, I decided, okay, I'll just study at university, and I found the best fit for me. Like, it's a university in Netherlands, which is supposed to be a pretty free country. Um, it's a University of Applied Sciences, so it's more like hands-on things. You don't really need to learn hundreds of books of theory. But yet it's still horrible. I'm studying creative business because I'm interested in those different, like, music industry and film industry, and I was expecting to be taught those things. Well, imagine my surprise when we have, for example, production module, and we are supposed to film, produce, edit, everything. We have 8 weeks for that. That's already like 8 weeks to film a whole thing and everything. All right, we can do it. Well, we only get our equipment during 4th week, so we have 4 weeks to do the whole production. All right, we can do it. I go to a lecture workshop about editing videos because, well, I know how to do it. I have YouTube, but maybe they'll teach me something very cool and new. Of course not. They taught them how to fucking open the Premiere Pro app, how to import the video, how to cut it, and how to export it. All of that in 2 hours. let's just say I never went to another workshop again because those are useless. And then I ended up having to edit the whole video myself for that production thing because nobody on my team actually did any editing before, and obviously the school is not going to teach them, and we only have 4 weeks, so nobody can be taught so quickly. So if I don't want to fail, because it's all a group project, so if like one person fails in the group, well, everyone failed. Love that. I don't. I really hate group projects, but I had to do the whole thing because I was the only one who actually had any skills. If I wasn't in the group, well, I wonder how how that would work out. Well, all of that, I I don't think there was maybe one teacher that was actually a good teacher. Usually you go to the lectures, I never go to them at this point because they're useless. Like you don't learn anything from them. You're better off just going on the internet and trying to find information yourself and then doing it by yourself. It's The other thing is we work for actual clients, like it's actual people, actual businesses, and we pay for university. And also, obviously, I have to live here in the city, so I have to pay for rent, and Netherlands is expensive, so a lot of expenses. And all of the work we do is obviously not paid, it's for free. They don't teach us how to do that work. They take money for university that doesn't teach us how to do that work. And we're expected to work for free for 4 years straight. Meanwhile, if I had an actual job, I could perhaps make money by doing the same thing. But no, that's not how it works in this world, because if I don't have a piece of paper, well, I'm not qualified apparently. Another example I have, something that got me very angry and what made me film this. So we have a new production module this year. It only started in September, and we have a coach. The most useless coach. I already had him before. Well, we're filming a talent show basically. So you know how The Voice and X Factor and whatever works. There's like a big episode. It's like 1 hour long. And there are a few of those in a season. Well, our school only wanted us to film like 60 minutes total. They wanted like 6 episodes that are like 10 to 15 minutes. So short episodes. We asked that coach 2 times. For our project, it doesn't really make sense to make like 6 parts because then one is just introduction and it's boring. Nobody's gonna watch that. And he was like, yeah, you guys, for your project, it works. Because, well, your project, yes, just make it into 1 hour. Then we were doing presentation last week. The first thing that fucking bitch says is, well, this seems a bit too long. Maybe you should have done it in episodes. You were the one who told us that we can do this like that. We asked you 2 fucking times because in the module book it said about 6 episodes, but we were like, can we change that? And you were like, yes, you can. I do not fucking get this. I'm calm. I'm calm. Yeah, I fucking hate this school. I hate everything about this. And this is like the best fit as well. If I went to an actual university, I'd probably drop out in like a week. And I wouldn't even go there anyways. So I really, really don't understand the point of this whole thing. The education system is just rigged. And then, in the modern world, if you have an actual job, you're probably never gonna make it anywhere. You're probably not even be able to afford a house anytime soon because everything costs money. I'm a student, I don't like party very hard or go travel every week like some actual students do in this school. But anyways, For me, my expenses end up being like, with study fees and everything, it's like 2K a month. Yeah, around 2K a month. I'm lucky enough that my parents are paying for that. But the thing is, they're not gonna pay for me after I'm done with studying, probably. And the first job I get is like, it needs to be 2K euros a month at least. They don't really have that many jobs like that here as a new person opening like new job, because I don't have like 25 years of experience. I wonder why. Like, I was born in 2000s. Doesn't really make sense for me to have 20 plus years of experience, but all right, all right. Like, I don't see my quality of life ever being as good as when I was living with my parents. Well, not ever, but like next 10 years. Because if I want to live comfortably, I need like money, and that money is nowhere to be seen, especially now with all the prices and everything increasing, and none of the working stuff increasing, like job wages. And I just don't get the fucking point of school and universities. I'm just, this is a very angry rant video, but I just don't get it. Like, if you are a defender of the school system, well, write your points down below, but it doesn't make sense to me at all. The fucking system is rigged. I hope it's not a thing in the future, but of course it's gonna be, because of the governments and how corrupt everything is, and because they still need workers and drones and people who can't think for themselves. I'm just gonna say it, like, if you have an opportunity, just try and become something. Try to do your own thing. Try to make your own business. Try to make just anything that doesn't involve having a boss and having an education. Just build your own life for yourself, and that's gonna be much much easier and much much more rewarding in the future. But yeah, that was my very short or long rant about education system and how unfair it is, and it's just a waste of time. Like, I don't want to waste 4 years of my life at the peak of my life as well, like when I'm finally living by can live by myself and make my own decisions, and yet I'm just sitting here being a student. Seems like a waste of time to me. Hopefully soon enough I can drop out and just make money myself, but we will see about that. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this. I think I feel much better now because I needed to talk about this. I needed to get it out of me. But I really hope you enjoyed that, or at least like participated in it, agree with me or anything. Don't forget to follow me on social medias. It's Dimitri's World on Instagram, and it's Dimitri Ray on TikTok, where I post a lot because, well, I'm bored. And yeah, subscribe to my channel, like this video, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.